In a quiet little town, there lived a young man named Alex. He was known for being hardworking and kind-hearted, but like many people, he didn't fully understand how to handle money wisely. One bright morning, Alex received his very first paycheck from his new job at the local bakery. It wasn't a huge amount, but to him, it was the most money he had ever held in his hands. Overjoyed, he decided to treat himself. Without much thought, he went straight to the mall, where he bought a shiny new phone, a stylish pair of shoes, and a fashionable jacket. By the end of the day, most of the money was gone, and only a few crumpled bills remained in his pocket. That evening, his friend John stopped by for a visit. Noticing all the new items, John raised his eyebrows and said, "Wow, Alex, you've been shopping." Alex grinned and replied, "Yeah, I just got my first paycheck today. I'm feeling amazing." But John's expression stayed thoughtful. "It's great to enjoy your money," he said. "But you need to save some too. What if you need it tomorrow for something important?" Alex laughed and brushed it off. "I'll be fine. I'll just wait for my next paycheck." A week later, Alex's new phone suddenly stopped working. He needed to get it repaired, but when he checked his wallet, there wasn't enough money to cover the cost. That's when John's words echoed in his mind, and for the first time, Alex felt a pang of regret. Swallowing his pride, Alex walked over to John's house and explained his situation. John smiled warmly and said, "Don't worry, Alex. We all make mistakes when it comes to money. Let me show you how to manage it better." They sat down at John's kitchen table, and John began explaining how to create a budget. "A budget," he said, "is like a map for your money. First, you figure out how much you earn. Then you set aside money for essentials like food, rent, and savings. Whatever is left can go toward fun things, but you should never spend it all." Alex listened intently, realizing how different things could have been if he had saved a little from his first paycheck. From that day on, Alex decided to change his approach. Every time he got paid, he set aside 20% of his income and placed it in a savings account John had helped him open. At first, it was hard, especially when he saw his friends buying new clothes or going out to restaurants. But he reminded himself, "I'm saving for something that matters." Months went by, and his savings steadily grew. One afternoon, while walking through town, Alex noticed a sign advertising a cooking class at the local school. The class cost $300. Baking had always been his passion, and this was a chance to learn more and advance in his job. This time, unlike before, Alex didn't have to worry about how to pay for it. His careful saving had made it possible. And as he signed up for the class, he felt proud, knowing he had taken control of his money and his future. Alex had always been a kind and hardworking young man, but when it came to handling money, he didn't really have much experience. That started to change the day he received his very first paycheck from his new job at the bakery. It wasn't a fortune, but it was the most money he had ever earned. Overwhelmed with excitement, Alex went straight to the mall and treated himself to a brand new phone, a pair of stylish shoes, and a smart jacket. By the end of the day, his wallet was nearly empty, and he realized he hadn't kept anything aside. With time, Alex began to think more seriously about how he used his money. He enrolled in a money management class, paying for it entirely with his own savings. The sense of pride he felt was immense. "I never imagined I could save this much," he told his friend John. "And now I'm using it to learn something new." As the lessons progressed, Alex discovered something that changed his perspective. Money wasn't just meant to be spent or stored away. It could also be a tool to help others. That truth became clear to him one sunny afternoon when he was walking home from work. He spotted a young boy standing at a street corner with a small lemonade stand. The boy, whose name was Tom, looked tired, and there were hardly any customers around. Alex walked up and asked, "How's business?" Tom sighed and explained, "Not very good. I'm trying to save enough to buy a bike, but no one's buying lemonade today." Alex remembered how it felt when he couldn't afford the things he wanted, and his heart went out to the boy. Without hesitation, he bought 2 cups of lemonade and handed Tom a few extra dollars as a tip. Tom's eyes widened with joy. "Thank you so much," he said. Alex smiled warmly and replied, "You're welcome. Keep working hard, and one day you'll have that bike." That night, Alex reflected on the moment. Helping someone had brought him a deeper sense of satisfaction than buying anything for himself. He realized that when used wisely, money could have a positive impact on other people's lives. Years rolled by, and Alex's life steadily improved. He earned a promotion at the bakery, his salary grew, and eventually he bought a modest house. But no matter how much his circumstances changed, he never forgot John's lessons about saving and spending wisely. Alex lived within his means, saved consistently, and always set something aside for the future. One day, he decided it was time to pursue his dream, opening his own bakery. Using the money he had carefully saved over the years, Alex rented a small shop, purchased baking equipment, and stocked up on ingredients. The first few months were challenging, but his knowledge of managing money kept the business afloat. Slowly, his reputation grew, and soon customers from all over town were coming to taste his delicious cakes and breads. As his bakery flourished, Alex hired staff to keep up with demand. He became known as one of the most respected bakers in the community. But despite his success, Alex remained humble. He continued helping others, donating to local charities, supporting community events, and even teaching children the basics of saving and budgeting. Looking back, Alex knew his journey with money had been filled with lessons, mistakes, and growth. In the end, he understood that money wasn't simply for buying what you wanted. It was for building a secure future, lifting others up, and making thoughtful choices. His story became a reminder to everyone that no matter how much or little you have, using money wisely can lead not only to success but also to a truly fulfilling life.